Today we are reviewing Black Phone 2. Stick around to hear more about one of the most anticipated horror movies of the year.
Is this a metal thing?
Yes. Little taste.
David, what is this?
It's pretty thick.
Great.
I have to kill a lot of people. Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
I have big tits and a tiny vagina.
Oil me up, Daddy.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers big tits. Mistletoe alert. This is backcountry.
This guy was a real jerk.
How long can Hugo be pregnant?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Oh, you're such a dick, David.
Okay, everybody, put on your corpse handling gloves.
Ew.
Hoodie Picasso.
Hello and welcome to Horror Movie Talk, an opinionated and accidentally funny horror movie review show. I'm Max Allen, the screw-up. And with me is the incredibly consistent Bryce Hansen and the even more consistent Sydney Lee. We review a different horror movie each week. New theatrical releases, like this one today, always get the priority, but we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. The full video is available on YouTube. Don't be a square. Make sure to share. Also check out patreon.com/horrormovietalk, the equivalent of the adult section at your video rental store. If you want to add your pee, your little pee-pee, your little piss to the community pool, go to horrormovietalk.com or call 682-253-4468 and leave us a voicemail. We've got a great show for you today, and this time
We
I'm
might
not
have to
lying.
rewrite that sentence just to include your pee-pee, your piss.
Your little piss.
Your pee-pee, your piss, your little stream. Oh, guys, we will be reviewing Black Phone 2. We'll start out by giving a brief review on our score for the movie. We score on a scale of 1 to 10. After we give our score, we'll get into spoilers and take a deeper dive into what we liked and hated about the film. Later on, man, I don't even know how to explain this. So we have a voicemail, a way for people to call into the show, and usually we get very nice voicemails, very normal voicemails of people just asking questions about the movies
Always
we're
normal.
watching. However, I found that lately there's like a influx of like really weird, really aggressive, almost hostile voicemails.
A lot of people are really upset about that Lake Mungo episode.
So we're going to go through some of the more strange voicemails I've ever heard in my life today. And just, I want to get your guys' reaction. So, which is fitting because this movie is about a phone and use a phone to call into a voicemail. You get it. But let's get into the review portion of this episode. Black Phone 2 can be viewed in theaters now. Several years after the events of the original Black Phone movie, Finny and his sister Gwen are still haunted by the past. Finn is angry and aggressive with the people around him, and Gwen consistently receives terrifying visions when dreaming. As Gwen's nightmares lead her to a Christian youth camp her mother used to work at, Finn is forced to tag along while they look around for spooky clues like in Scooby-Doo. Due to the snowstorm, Finn, Gwen, and Gwen's totally not boyfriend Ernesto find themselves trapped in the campgrounds, and things quickly turn sour as the paranormal activity ramps up. Is the grabber really gone? And why were they led to this campsite? For these answers and more, go watch the film or continue with this review.
Spoilers, it was Old Man Withers the whole time, the camp owner.
Old
He was
Man
trying to collect
Withers?
insurance money. He's trying to collect insurance money.
It's
They
always
unmasked
about
him at the
insurance,
end.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I find Black Phone 2 to be a much more memorable film than Black Phone 1. The frozen mountain scene gives the film a feeling of isolation and hopelessness. Because the grabber died in the first movie, Black Phone 2 is able to dive deeper into the supernatural side of the story, which I believe works a lot better for the franchise. The grabber's already devilish look is taken to an even darker level, given that he is now basically a literal demon. Much of the tension in the movie comes from the dreams that Gwen has, and the mood literally it shifts dramatically every time she falls asleep. I think these scenes are well done, and while it might be blasphemous to say, it reminded me a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. However, the movie really suffers from... Excuse me?
It's not blasphemous. I mean, it's obviously very literally what they're trying to do with this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are... I just hedged a little bit because I think there are Nightmare on Elm Street fans who are going to come at my throat for saying that. But
I think the Nightmare on Elm Street movies are remembered much more fondly than they're actually worth it.
You think?
From what I hear,
don't say that, because I
every
love the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I love them. Love them.
I mean,
they're so good.
There are huge shifts in quality with that series. I haven't seen many of them, but like, yeah, it's
the first three are banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, I've only
and then
seen the first two, but I really like them.
Yeah, after that we can have a debate about it, but like the second one is awesome, and the third one is like this movie, honestly.
The second one is so funny because it's so gay.
It's so gay. It's like, I have this secret I can't tell anyone. And
the
Freddy's
whipping
like,
his
I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Shower with the towels is like. Anyways,
that does not happen in this movie.
No. The movie really suffers from some pretty surface level dialogue that ends up being incredibly cringy at times. In my opinion, it is not necessary for the protagonist of the movie to say a vulgar, witty quip in every scene. An actual line from this movie is "fuck you with a dinosaur dick," said in a pretty tense and serious scene, by the way. It doesn't feel true to life, and neither do many of the characters. Highlights of the cast were definitely Demián Bichir as Armando.
Bachir,
Demián Bichir.
As Armando.
Idiot.
Look, we all know I don't know names of actors.
Mm-hmm.
He's the owner of the camp, as well as Mason Thames.
Thames? Like the Thames, like the river?
The Thames River, yeah, exactly.
Thames?
Yeah, like in London?
Okay, Mason Thames, I guess. I've never heard of that river.
In London town.
The only thing
Thames.
The only thing I know less about than actors and famous people is geography. So those are my 2 weak points. Other than that, no weak points.
No weak points.
He plays Finney Blake, and he gives a pretty powerful and emotional monologue towards the end.
Monologue.
Can you let me get through this? Jeez. You guys are so mean to me. Okay, I have 3 weaknesses: spelling, people's names, and geography.
Mm-hmm.
You spelled it right. You spelled it right.
Oh, well then what are you complaining about? Anyways,
it's pronounced. It's called a bit. Do we have to talk about yes and again?
New rule: when I am giving my review, shut up.
There's nothing that bothers Max more than interrupting him when he's trying to read a paragraph. What were you like in class if the teacher told you to stop and like made a comment about it? Just like, did you just like crash out and you're like, I wasn't finished?
Yes, and my favorite was Huckleberry Finn.
Yes.
She didn't let me get to the N word. That's a joke. That's a joke.
That's a joke.
That is a joke, though. Anyways, I had fun watching this movie, but it's nothing to rush to the theaters for. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with you on most of this. Besides the fact that I think it's kind of overdone and potentially hammy that they were like, well, let's just make him this supernatural figure guy. They just made him Freddy Krueger. Like, they literally made him Freddy Krueger. There's nothing different about him other than, I mean, like, obviously there are differences, but he's basically Freddy Krueger. And also, like while I was watching this, I just got reminded of like every single other horror movie. Like a scene would happen and I was like, this is like Sinister. And then a scene would happen. I was like, this is like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Every time Ethan Hawke is on the screen, this is like Sinister.
Yeah. I mean, but like I think the way that the movie is made and shot and like how it scares you is like Sinister. I don't know. It just seemed like everything that happened in this movie has been done to death almost. And I wasn't super enthralled. I think I did like it, but I didn't love it. I liked like the beginning. I think it set everything up really well. But then in execution, I was like, okay, so that didn't subvert my expectations at all. Like it just kind of basically is exactly what you think is going to happen. Like, I mean, we'll get into it in spoilers, but it's like, oh, here's this problem. And then here's exactly how it's solved, exactly the way that you think it's going to be solved. That's just kind of how I saw it. Also, the beginning, like the very first scene of this movie, I almost was like, is this AI? They digitally de-age a character in the first shot of the movie, and you can tell. I was like, this looks like crap. Like, what is this movie going to be? And I understood why they did that, but I was like, they couldn't have got a different actor. Like, it looked crazy. It looked like a Marvel movie. Like the beginning 5 minutes, it was like green screen, digitally de-aged. I'm like, am I watching The Irishman? I don't understand what's going on. I did not like that.
Who did they digitally de-age?
The mom. In the very first scene where she's on the phone, they made her younger.
Huh.
It looked... I noticed it because the way her mouth was moving was like unnatural. She looked like fucking Cortana from Halo. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
They should have just done the equally as terrible de-aging version where they just put her in pigtails.
They did. They had her in braids too. Like that's the craziest part. But yeah, like I enjoyed this. But I didn't love the execution. I think it was a very repetitive movie. I think that they took something, like I said this before, we saw the movie and it still holds true to me. Don't think that this movie warranted a sequel. I don't think like, it's like that line in Mean Girls. It's like, you're trying to make the grabber happen. The grabber isn't going to happen. Like, I don't know why he's like this big horror fan. He's dead. He's dead. Like, babe, he's dead. He died. Like, how is he doing this? Okay, he's Freddy Krueger. There's literally a scene that's exactly like a scene in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. So it just kind of annoyed me. And I think the resolution was just like, whatever. Like, I wasn't moved at the end.
It's because you like smoking weed.
I did get high before this movie. I did. But I do that all the time. That's not like a crazy thing to do.
So Sydney was offended by the movie and she's taking it out.
Oh,
she.
Nice. Did I say she?
Yes, like twice.
I said Sydney was offended by the movie. Oh,
and
shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Thank you. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a 5 just because there were a lot of shots that I thought were very, very beautiful in this movie. There was one shot that I went, that reminds me of Eraserhead, and I liked that. And so that gets a little bit of points for me. And there were really beautiful shots of like the mountains and stuff. So I will say this is a good, like this film is well made. It looks really nice. But I think like they do a gimmick and they keep doing it and they keep doing it and they keep doing it. And then it just like was the whole movie was like this certain gimmick. But yeah, that's my review.
What was the score you gave it?
5.
Man, you guys are way more cynical than me. I thought it was great. I really liked it.
Bryce has 2 modes. The first is, I can't believe you would give it such a high score. You're ruining this podcast by making it by giving too high scores to bad movies. Or, I thought it was really nice. I loved it.
How could you guys give it such a low score?
I mean, I'm not that far off from you guys, but I enjoyed it. I really liked the Black Phone one, and I was pretty cynical going into this one because they kill the grabber in the first movie. So it feels like, what are they going to do now? Because I felt that the grabber was probably the most interesting and entertaining part of the first movie. That the supernatural stuff felt a little more tacked on, and less scary than, Ethan Hawke. But as far as just a supernatural horror movie, this does it well. Sure, other films have done it, but that's just like, yeah, have you seen a horror movie before? Like, there's not a lot of moves that you have, and so they use them. I felt overall the style and the tone of the movie was refreshing. It was really well done, and I think the utilization of the the downgraded resolution, the analog type filter that they use that you mentioned is very reminiscent of Sinister. They use it in kind of a unique way of having it represent the dream world, and I thought there was some nice touches of melding between the dream world and reality using the filter. I thought it maintained the creepiness of the first movie, especially with the victims of the grabber, the ghosts that are contacting Finn. I think it's a testament to how good of actors those kids were years ago, that they're still really good now.
I don't think the girl is that good of an actress, unless she just has a bad script. Because Max, like the shit that she says, like what you said in your review, like it took me out of it so much.
Yeah, it is kind of cringy. Some of her dialogue is cringy, but if you remember the first movie, that's a part of her character is. I
know, but it's like, vulgar. Oh my God. And like, no one talks like that.
Well, yeah. The difference is when you're seeing like a 11-year-old deliver those lines, it has much more impact and it's much more entertaining. When you see a 14-year-old or 16-year-old Sam, you're like, oh, she just doesn't know how to use swear words. Like, she sounds kind of dumb. And I think part of that took me out in the beginning was like, this is not super true to the 80s, because like, I think her dialogue was like, this is just not how people in the 80s would talk. And that bothered me for some reason. Like, if
she
you're
kept
going to have her,
things are choice. Is that a slang word that people use?
Kind of, but I mean, there's a lot more,
She did say mint. She did say mint. And my mom told me like she used to say mint all the time.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like it took me out a little bit, and some of the production design was like felt a little lazy, especially for a period movie. Like some of the 80s furniture just looked like it was IKEA furniture with a 80s fabric stretched over it. And then those cabins were way too big. They're like,
my man's was looking at the couches and counting the square footage on this one.
I'm just saying what took me out was the stuff that was just like, what universe are they in terms of the production design? But other than that, like, it was really effective and really moody. I thought, just like Freddy Krueger, it's kind of like unfair that the grabber can just kill the characters when they're at their most vulnerable. That concept still works. And I think the character development and the characters were interesting enough. I would take 20 more of the Black Phones than one more with the Conjuring movie, personally.
Well,
just in terms of like a supernatural horror movie that's like solving a supernatural mystery through the girl that has the Shining and the brother that's just along for the ride. Like, I'd rather watch one of these than another Conjuring movie. just because it's a little more stylistic. But yeah, I get what you're saying, that it is, pretty predictable. But I would say, like, yeah, it's worth seeing in the theater, especially, I mean, it's October, it's Halloween. Like, what other horror movie out there that's come out would you suggest above this one?
In the Dark on YouTube, baby. I don't think people like that one. We got like not a lot of views on that one.
I think we got like a small amount of views, and I think probably some copyright shit. Like we got shadow banned or something.
Shadow banned.
We don't get that little of views though. Like even on movies that people don't know. Like I was like, something happened. Something happened here.
Yeah, you could say that, but also on the audio feeds, it's just as bad. I think it's just there's no name recognition for it. That's why no one watched it. But, we could debate this for a while. But honestly, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I think it's a good movie. I think it's high quality. It doesn't let down in terms of expectations from the first one. I was really impressed with how they made a follow-up with the Crabber dead. Mm-hmm. Now, though, now what are they going to do?
They're just going to bring him back like Jason and Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, and they're just going to keep bringing him back. Like this is what's going to happen.
I mean, well, yeah, you could do that. The other thing is like the easier way to do it is to do prequels,
Yeah, but this kind of was a prequel.
Finny
low key
puts on the mask and becomes son of the Grabber.
It's
like Halloween ends.
Yes.
It's because he did the devil's lettuce. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, before we get into spoilers, let's take a deeper dive into this mid-roll. If you're listening to these commercials, you should know that you really don't have to. You can go over to patreon.com/horrormovietalk and you can get ad-free content. We've had a lot of people join our Patreon lately, and we're having a ball over there. You can also go to horrormovietalk.com/shop and purchase all sorts of goodies. We got shirts, hats, buttons, ties. I don't think we have a tie, but we'll put one on there if you want one. Check out our resident artist, Dustin Goebel. Dustin does the artwork for the show every single week, and he has his own art project that he has been rolling out called Forayan, which we have linked on our social medias. And it is a medieval sci-fi, and it's really cool. I've been looking at, I haven't actually read it, but I always look at I always look at the new slides that he posts every week. So I've yet to read it all the way through, but from what I've seen, it's really, really cool. Have you guys read the whole first chapter? Bryce has.
Yeah, it's great. I'm looking forward to the next chapter.
Well, there you go. So please support him at Foran on Instagram and call 682-253-4468 if you want to hear your voice on the show. Thanks again for listening. Let's get into spoilers.
Okay, I want to say first, before I forget. So, Bryce, you were saying that it's like, you think it's like original and all that, like whatever, better than The Conjuring and stuff. But I think, like, I don't know, like there was, when they showed the kids in the ice, the first time, which is like 10 minutes into the movie, I was like, okay, so there's dead kids in the ice that they're going to have to get out using the black phone or using the dreams, and they're going to get the kids out of the ice and then everything's going to be okay. Like, it's right off the bat, like they give you what's going to happen. And then I mean, I guess this is my opinion, but like, and then it's like, okay, we have a dream sequence, but it has effects in real life. Okay, we have another one. Okay, we have another one. At the same time, Finn's on the phone with the Grabber for no fucking reason other than the Grabber just being an asshole to him and distracting him from whatever his sister's doing. And then that's just the movie. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then boom. I guess that's a cynical take, but I was just like, damn, this is really predictable. I did get jump scared once. I forget where it was, but I did jump.
See, I went in
forget.
predicting nothing because I just turned off my brain and watched the movie. But Sydney was on another level over there, actually thinking about the scenes and their implications. I wasn't doing that.
We have a movie podcast to think about.
I was
comparing and contrasting.
I was like, haha, my wife has to put the baby to bed tonight. I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It is, yeah, I admit it's very predictable and there's not really many surprises. I guess the only real surprise is that the killer was Ethan Hawke in the
That was a
mountains.
surprise?
That's not much of a surprise, but I mean, that's like a twist that they're trying to hide for a while. But, yeah, I mean, I mean, for me, it's just what sustained it was the style and the characters. It was interesting enough for me to follow these characters and their lives and see what happened since the first movie and, have them figure out this problem themselves.
Yeah, Finn's a big bully now.
Mm-hmm. And, wasn't he a bully in the first one too? Didn't he get in a lot of fights?
He got beat up a lot.
Oh, did he get beat up?
Yeah, this one subverts it because it starts with two boys in a fight and Gwen screaming for Finny, which I felt like you're supposed to imagine that he's the one getting beat to a pulp on the ground, but no, he is the one smashing the kid's face with his fist over and over.
I do also appreciate that these are the same actors and they do it 4 years later, and you really can like tell, like, because with sequels sometimes they're like, oh yeah, we had a little girl in the first one, we're gonna get like a similar teenage looking girl,
or you have the Stranger Things, which is supposed to be the next year, but they're all in their mid-20s at this point.
It has been 3 fucking years since the season of that came out. I had totally different friends like 3 years ago. Like,
when that last season dropped, I was like so hyped for the next season, and now years have gone by, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't even know.
Millie Bobby Brown has a baby, and she's married to John Bon Jovi's grandson. Like, that's what happened in those 3 years. Like,
we gotta hold on to what we got.
Yeah, like Stranger Things, like jumped the shark after the 13 emo gang episode when she joined the punk gang.
I didn't watch
episode.
the last season. I only watched the first 2 seasons.
Emo gang. I'm not remembering this. It's been that long since I've watched the show.
Well, isn't her name 13?
It's 11.
It's 11, dude.
Oh well,
yeah. How long has it been since you watched it?
She's older now. Anyways. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about the Black Phone 2.
Yeah. Okay. So the first scene actually is a flashback of their mom at this youth camp at a phone booth in the middle of the snowy mountains. And she's calling someone, we don't really know who, but we get her side of the conversation, which I always feel like could have been done better, because sometimes movies use the fact that you only get one side of the conversation to really like subvert expectations, and like once you get the other half of the conversation, it like illuminates a lot more. I kind of felt like every time we heard about this phone call, I was understanding it the same amount. Because we hear it like 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously supposed to be confusing in this first scene. Like, you're supposed to be like, who is that? Why is it 1958? Why are we in this mountains? Like, what's going on? And then, I mean, you get the other side, and it's Gwen. So you're like, okay, like.
Well, I thought it was interesting because it showed it a couple times, and one time it was Gwen on the other side, and one time it was like when the call was originally made. And
yeah, because she wasn't really
Hope's
talking to
dialogue
Gwen.
is the same, but
Gwen just gets the phone call through vision. So
right,
what?
Sydney was too high.
Follow along, Sydney. Yeah.
Wait, no.
Sydney was too damn high.
Who was she actually talking?
What? I don't even. What's going on, man?
Who was she actually talking to? Who was she actually
got
talking to?
a call from, I don't know, someone. I don't know
I
if
don't
it
remember, actually.
tells you who it was from.
See, okay, like,
But
There's
there's
two
two
different.
different-
One of the dead kids maybe was calling her.
Oh my god, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
wait, no,
Okay.
that doesn't make sense because she made the phone call. Man, I do not remember actually who she was talking
No,
to.
she got visions, just the same as Gwen got visions,
Mhm.
but the mom got visions of numbers being written.
Right.
Which, okay, let's back up. Let's back up. So there are 3 dead kids, and Gwen gets a vision of 3 initials. So each kid writes one initial. So if the other visions were the kids writing numbers and there was no area code, then that's 7 numbers. So how many numbers is each kid writing? Like, I thought that was a weird.
Math.
I thought that was a
man.
weird
That's
Well,
tough.
thing.
2 kids wrote 2,
Two,
and
yeah.
the other wrote 3, or 2 kids wrote 3 and the other wrote 1.
Or 2 kids wrote
Or-
1 and the other wrote 5.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Or 1 kid wrote 3 and another kid wrote 2.
And the other one just like
The other
showed
one.
up and like
Yeah.
waved a little bit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or
But I
wrote
did
like,
like
this
the-
is a phone number, call it.
I did like the first scene. The first shot we get of a kid underwater is when Gwen is seeing the vision and he's writing W, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
And that scene where he floats up, like, and there's like, it looks like snow and you're like not really sure what it is. That was a very Lynchian shot to me. And I was like, oh, I'm excited for this movie. And then I was like, damn.
Can I point out a real plot hole in the whole kids under the ice
See,
thing?
the movie made sense, and then Sydney was disappointed.
Shut up.
You're like,
Shut the fuck up.
Listen,
It's so-
needs more people with worms in their eyes or something
yeah.
for no apparent reason.
where's the guy with the eraser head?
Yeah, what the fuck?
So, okay, but listen to this. In the visions, which I guess this could be explained by it's a vision, so it doesn't matter. But in the visions, the kids float up to the surface of the ice and scratch a letter in, right?
hmm
In real life, there were like feet of ice. So if they were at the bottom of the ice scratching, you wouldn't even be able to see that from the top.
You totally would. Well, actually, you know what?
I don't know if you would.
No.
I'm not sure if you would, because the liquid would fill it in so quickly. That's a good point, Max.
That
I'm
is
gonna
a
take
really good
point off-
point.
It's a 7 out of 10 now for me.
Hell
Are you
yeah.
serious?
No.
I made a good connection.
No,
No,
but that
but it
No,
doesn't, it doesn't
actually,
really
'cause,
matter
like,
because
the
it's a
writing-
dream and
Yeah, for it to like actually be like white on the ice, it would have to have like the frost or whatever chipped off.
Or-
And underwater, it wouldn't do that. But this is also a movie, so maybe we should think about that.
Mhm.
And there's also a lot of stuff happening that wouldn't happen IRL, like the black phone ringing. The black phone.
So
Okay, the black phone was so. It did not matter really in this movie. The actual black phone, like it mattered more in the first movie because he was getting hints from the dead kids in the room, and that was like the supernatural thing. And like obviously the sister was having visions, but this movie is more about Gwen
Mhm.
than it is about Finn. But it doesn't really, the black phone itself doesn't really make a lot of sense here. Like it's not really helping or hurting anything.
Well,
Do you know
it
what I
turns
mean?
out because in the first one he had the only phone he receives calls from is the black phone because that's the only phone he has around. This one, it turns out, color of the phone doesn't matter.
They were all black. No?
The home phone was white.
Did he get a call on the home phone?
Gwen receives a vision of the home phone ringing. Anyways, I don't think the color of the phone makes a difference. And it apparently is all phones. So Finny just he's phone man, and he can receive calls from any phone, regardless of whether it's hooked up or not.
I mean, it's similar. He does get a call from the dead kids that are asking for his help. And
Yeah.
I think the addition is the fact that the grabber is now dead, so he can use the same, phone line.
Phone line.
Same
phone number.
to torment him. So it's like
they're waiting in line.
it's both to help and to harm now.
That's true.
Yeah, but now Gwen can hear the phone too.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Right. Only when the mom is calling, ? But she does talk to the dead kids too.
Right.
So it's not just Finn. But Finn doesn't have visions.
So it seems, well, I guess that's not true. I was going to say Gwen
there's
only
different
really,
gifts of the spirit, Sydney.
Right. Yeah. Some have gifts of dreams. Some have gifts of prophecy. Others have gifts of being a really chill guy.
Some have the gift of language. Some have the gift of tongues, and some have the interpretation of tongues.
Those two are important to find together, actually.
Usually a lot more people have the gift of tongues than the interpretation of tongues.
It almost seems like no one has the gift of interpretation of tongues. Maybe no one's just...
Such a shame.
Maybe no one's just speaking in tongues around me. Maybe who would... Like, if no one does it around you, do you not know you have the interpretation of tongues?
That's true. Maybe, to you, it would just sound like normal speaking.
Yeah, you'd have no idea.
Maybe that's why there's not a lot of people with the gift of interpreting tongues, because they're just like sitting in church. They're like, yeah, he's talking about Jesus. Like, and everyone else is like hearing shabadu habada 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 shumilamani mamana.
It's really an underutilized skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they both... I was going to say that Gwen only receives calls when she's in vision, but I guess that's not true, because in the end, she does receive like an actual physical phone call.
Well, she does receive a phone call, but it's from a dead person.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, they're all from dead
They're
people.
all from
There's
dead
no
people.
living phone calls in this.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a broken phone.
So, did you guys notice that every single one of Gwen's dreams are double layered? They're Inception dreams.
What do you mean?
Every dream, Gwen has a sleepy time dream and then wakes up, but she's not awake.
Right.
So she has to be woken up a second time.
But it's like she's walking around in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, most
She
of the time,
sleepwalks.
there is a time where she's not sleepwalking. They stop her from sleepwalking, but then she can still sleepwalk in her sleep, but not in real life. But yeah,
Astral projection.
I did like how she would like wake up and think she was awake, but we knew that she wasn't. And she's like walking around. She can see the people that are actually there, and then she can also see the spiritual plane. So that was like it reminded me of Insidious. Like a lot of these tropes. This is what I meant in my review. It's like when this stuff would happen, I was like, oh, this is like Insidious. Oh, this is like Sinister. Like that really reminded me of Insidious. But I'm not saying that was a bad thing about the movie. I liked the dream stuff was really cool because of it was shot differently. And I like that way of what is it? What am I talking about?
I have no idea.
like discerning which was which. Like real life and yes, differentiating between the real world and the dream/spirit realm. So I thought that was cool. And she can like see the future. She can see the future and the past, which is like that's
She's
a really
seer
good
and a
skill.
revelator.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's crazy.
Seers see what happened in the past. A revelator reveals things from the future.
But so in the first movie, she could only see things in the future, right? And Finn would have the dreams of the past. Because didn't Finn like have the dreams of how the kids were getting killed?
I can't remember. I probably should have watched the first film before I.
The first one's
watched
really.
this one.
I thought the first one was really good. I've seen it twice. I watched it on Halloween like 2 years ago, like again, while I was giving out candy, and it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. This kid's great.
So let me kind of set up what they're doing. So Gwen is receiving these visions that are basically telling her about this campsite and these murders. And so she figures out that there's openings to work as a counselor at the campsite. And tries to convince Finny to do it with her, but he's like, no, that sounds like it sucks. And so she gets her friend / lover boy Ernesto to drive her. This confused me so much because Ernesto asks Gwen to go to a concert with him.
Duran Duran. And when he shows up to her house to pick her up, and they were like talking about how it's going to be like a 2-week trip, I was like, this is a crazy Duran Duran concert. What are they driving to? That was a bad move. That was a bad move on the movie because they were like, let's go to the concert. And then, yes, I also thought the exact same thing. And then they all just went to the camp. And I was like, what about the fucking concert, guys?
I thought they were going to Burning Duran Duran.
Yeah. But I guess Duran Duran never comes back into the film, which is a shame. But they
and no Duran Duran songs in the soundtrack.
I know there's name dropped for the clout.
Yeah.
So fucked up.
I will say I really liked the music on this. The score was really effective. Was fun.
I liked how intense the music was during the. Okay, I thought that like during the visions where you could just have like eerie background music, it was actually like intense synths like playing like really fast.
It was cool.
It was scary. It got me, got my heart beating. So Ernesto,
can we? Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to set it up a little bit more. So Ernesto picks her up and Finny decides, okay, fine, I'll go with you because I don't want you alone with Ernesto for 2 weeks. They drive and they get caught in a blizzard, barely make it to the camp and find out that they're snowed in and they have to stay there. And camp is actually canceled because of the snow. So they're the only kids there.
The scene, like this is where I liked the movie a lot, where I was like, oh, this setup is great because they're driving and they're playing Another Brick in the Wall, part 1. Oh, it's a beautiful song.
I thought you said the soundtrack was just
Floyd.
Okay.
No. No, the score is different than the music playing, but
wait, those don't combine together to make one. The score and the soundtrack are different? I mean, I know they're like, but they're one, they're one, right?
They didn't make Another Brick in the Wall part 1 for the movie is what I'm saying. But come on, just
no, you're right. The score would be the composed score for the movie.
So if
the
I
soundtrack
went up and
would include,
if I went out,
like if you went and got the soundtrack of the Black Phone 2, it would contain the score plus all the additional songs.
Right.
But if I went out and bought the score, it would not have Another Brick in the Wall.
No.
Is that what it was called?
You've never, Another Brick in the Wall part 1. That is
by who?
The Wall is my favorite Pink Floyd album. By who? Come on.
I'm not a Floyd head.
That's so fucked up. So greatest band of all time, Pink Floyd. So this song is playing.
Okay.
Linkin Park.
I'm gonna have a BF. White girls reference? No one. Bitch fit.
BF.
Bitch fit.
Oh no.
All right. But that's playing. He's in the car. Finn's like all vibey and like the shots of the snow is really cool. And then he's like, I'm gonna run out in front of the car. And I thought that was very beautiful. I thought like the shots of this. That's where most of my points are going, is to the way this movie was shot. I think it was very gorgeous. Also, what I was gonna say earlier, when Ernesto and Gwen are in bed together, my entire theater was dying laughing. Everything he said was the most desperate to get pussy voice in the world. He was just like, yeah, that sounds really tough. But you know who's beautiful? You're beautiful. And he's like trying to kiss her like the whole time she's like venting to him. Oh my God, I was dying laughing. Ugh. And then when Finn interrupts, it's great. That was a great scene for me. He was so horny.
Well, it didn't help that
it didn't come off that way for me, because I was thinking like he should be a lot more horny than he is appearing on screen.
I thought the way that he was talking was very horny. Like I've said those things.
He just seems like a real supportive friend, and I would assume he'd just be like, yeah. why don't we like kiss? I don't know. Like,
Well, they were about to, but Finn was 2 beds over.
So I think the
that's
dialogue
crazy
is what,
that happened to you. Like, oh man, my dick is hurting. Could you like rub it?
or just like slowly. You're just like every few minutes you like inch down your pants just a little bit more until it's like naturally that your pants came off.
Yeah, you got like your dick neck, pressing up against her back. Like, no,
No, guys, stop.
nothing.
Your dick neck, please. That's crazy. Like,
I didn't think the dialogue of that scene.
You got the head still in the
pants.
pants, so it doesn't count.
No,
It's
stop it.
Bent.
Yeah, it's just bent over, so it's just like the top of the dick neck rubbing against
All right.
fabric, right?
Okay.
Listen, desperate times call for desperate measures. If you got a girl in bed with you and summer camp, like you're not going to try to get some dick neck rubs.
They're not at summer camp. They're snowed in a blizzard.
Yeah, this is winter camp, Bryce.
This is winter camp.
Which is something I've never heard of, and I don't know.
I'm going to
how
have
that
like a
exists.
fucking buzzer for every time you guys don't yes and for the bit.
I don't want to talk about dick necks, Bryce. It's grossing me out.
Every time I'm trying to have fun, I just see these blank faces staring into the camera, just leaving me hanging. God damn it.
I'm sorry,
All right.
Bryce. Yes, and he's taking off his headphones. He's taking off his headphones. Oh no! I made him mad. Okay, he's gone. He's leaving.
He's gone. No,
Oh,
Bryce.
no.
I'm sorry. Where did he go?
I don't know. We'll have to do it live.
I'm not coming back until you two deserve it.
All right. Let's make some
Okay,
good
girl.
pods, Sydney.
Yeah.
I didn't
Right,
think the dialogue of that scene helped it out very much because she was like, Jesus, don't let me die. Amen. And then Ernesto's like, was that for real? And she's like, yeah. He's like, I think that's hot, actually.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was so horny because like she says this like one sentence to Jesus and he's like, didn't he say it would be hotter if you called him Jesus? Like that was so good. Like, oh my God. Like he was like, my mom would love you. My mom is going to love you. It's like crazy. But I don't think
It's not a
that's
great pickup line, by the way, to say like, oh, my mommy would love you. Like,
I don't know. That would work on me. I have mommy issues. I'd be like, hell yeah. Be
No,
like, really?
what you say is your mom would love me.
Yeah.
Your mom
that's
would
a
be
good
all
one.
over this.
I'm really good with parents. That's a good line. I'm really good with parents. Parents love me. Don't worry about it. I thought for as much as I laughed during the scene, it's really inconsequential to the plot. It doesn't really matter. It's just to show that they like each other, but we already know that they like each other, and it's kind of just like for fun. And like we know that she loves Jesus. We had that in the first movie. She's not allowed to love Jesus because her dad doesn't like Jesus. It's like okay.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I didn't remember the religious element as much. So, I think it was kind of necessary. And it shows that, the kind of guy that Ernesto is, which is,
a
supportive.
Catholic Mexican? That's crazy. I had no idea that those existed. Like that's like the most,
Sydney, you sound bitter.
I'm watching True Blood right now, and there's a Catholic Mexican guy in it. Too,
That
so
scene
I
you
think
sent
maybe
me
I'm
of True
I'm
Blood
jaded.
messed me up for a while. Because
So
first of all,
funny!
when you sent it, I didn't know it was from like a vampire, like supernatural type show, and I was like, "I'm gonna go throw up now." That was disgusting.
Do you want to explain what it was?
I don't really. No.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. we'll move off of the True
Do you
Blood
want me
scene.
to?
You can if you want. I mean, it was literally. It makes it a lot better if you know that they're vampires. But if you don't know that they're vampires, you think you just watched a snuff film.
Yeah, that's why I didn't explain it at first. But I think it's in like season 2 of True Blood. It's like 2 vampires having sex, and like he hates her but also loves her because she's his maker, but she's like a bitch, and so he like turns her head all the way around like 180, and so her neck is all twisted, and then he like fucks her with the head like the wrong way, and yeah, she's like falling off the bed and shit, and that's the scene that I sent them. And I didn't say that they were vampires first, so it's just like
I thought I
really
just watched a
crazy.
woman die for the nut.
Well, technically she was dead, so
Yeah, undead.
undead.
Undie for the nut.
I love
Mhm.
True Blood so much. It's so good.
All
right,
where are
sorry.
we at in this? So I guess let's get to the part where Gwen is actually being attacked by the grabber. So she's led through a vision to another room. It's like the kitchen or something. And the grabber comes out and just like tries to toss her into the fire. And Ernesto has to basically like hold onto her so that she doesn't fly into the oven. And that's kind of when everyone realizes that this is not just dreams and that something supernatural is actually going on here.
This is directly Nightmare on Elm Street when the girl is spinning on the ceiling. In the first one, in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, this is I could not take this scene seriously. She was being whipped around way too much. I was like, this is kind
There
of
was a lot of
funny.
whipping, for sure.
And no one
She
was
whipped her hair
grabbing
back
her.
and forth.
No one was grabbing her. She was just flying through the thing. Do. And
I
everyone
know.
was like,
It took
"Oh."
Ernesto, this guy who's apparently like in love with her, like way too long to try and help her. He's just like, duh, as she's like smacking the brick wall with her head like over and over.
I mean, think about it. If you walked into a room and you saw someone flying around like fucking Superman, like careening off the walls, how long would it take for you to react? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
everyone
don't
is
know.
privy to her vision. I mean, Ernesto is privy to like what the deal is here. We know
I
that
guess.
we're doing some supernatural, spiritual shit. So I feel like things going wrong. I mean, they're in a
I thought
horror
that scene
movie.
was really effective in like, I mean, how gobsmacked everyone was walking into that kitchen. You're just like, what the fuck is happening?
She's just going.
See, if I was Gwen after this, I would have sat down with Ernesto and been like, you know, it just took a little long for you to grab my legs. A
It
little
kind of
too
gave
long.
me. Yeah, Gwen is going to be talking with her girlfriends. Is going to be like, it gave me the ick.
It
Like,
gave me the ick
I
how he
was-
stood there and watched me get slammed onto the ground over and over.
Yeah,
I liked. We all just went silent. I liked the character of Mustang. If not just for the line when Gwen is like the car, and she looks at her and goes like the horse. Like that was really funny.
yeah. I think for me, out of all the characters that were cringe, she was the most cringe. That was like the most like.
Really, why?
I think she just was not a good actor.
She was just like a Native American cowboy. Like,
And miscast. Like, it's like if you're gonna have a rough and tumble cowboy or cowgirl type, don't have her look like a model. You know,
she's just a little dyke. I thought she didn't look like a model.
but it was like those were like the most cringy lines to me. Is like when Mustang was talking with the religious lady, just like I can't remember the line, but it was just so corny, like ham-handed.
Well, the
Cowboy
the
speak.
religious lady was also a hammed up character
Right.
that just felt like
So ridiculous.
like they were like, let's make, because I think the movie overall like gives a pretty decent like, oh, if you believe in Jesus, like it'll help you through, not that it's gonna like save you from the grabber, but it like obviously helps Gwen. But they like throw in this character who is like so rude and mean to everybody for Jesus, and it's like it's an odd counterbalance that the
There's
movie
no
goes
hate
for.
like Christian love, though. That's what it was
Hey,
doing.
I agree with that sentiment, but she was a caricature, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It is kind of funny in this world where, the dead can just ring a ding ding over the phone and like torment you. That Jesus is like just hanging out. It's like, be great if like Gwen phoned Jesus and was like, are you gonna like help at all? Like I'm literally getting murdered by someone in hell. Is that not something you can help with? Jesus,
I said my toughest battles to my strongest soldiers, Queen.
like
You're leaving him voicemails. You're like, dude, pick up. I need some help. And he's checking his phone like this, and he's like, ugh, puts Netflix back on.
yeah.
Fuck, I can't deal with this.
No,
right now.
Jesus was like, what, man? You got it.
Smoking that Afghan Kush, bitch.
Don't even worry about it. Like, sound like you're kind of.
Where's my shroud, bitch? Get
Yeah.
me that shit.
kind of harsh in my mill? Like, I just want to hang out with my boy Finn. Like, let him come over here, man.
He's just waiting for Finny to die.
Right.
Finally, we can chill.
Yeah, that's the answer. Why does God make bad things happen to good people? Because he wants to hang. He wants to hang with the good people.
That's funny.
I don't even know where we're at in this movie now. So they have a meeting to basically confront the fact that they just watched Gwen whip around. And
That's so funny.
yeah,
They're like, wait, okay, so tell us why you're here, because obviously something's going on.
So luckily for them, they're all pretty much in agreement that like finding these boys is really important, because apparently Armando has been looking for them for like decades. So he's already on board.
Every single day I go out to the forest and I look under every stone and I dig up every mound and I cannot find the boys.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, like if I was a camp counselor at a place where like 3 kids died, I would look for them for like a couple months max.
That's a you thing, man.
I'm just
true.
saying,
You'd be
it's a huge,
"They're
wide
gone."
open mountain range, and it's freezing cold, and you're gonna go out there every day to look for someone else's kid. I don't know. I'd try my best, but after a couple months,
Well-
I'd call it quits, I think.
Listen, I know that we don't find out like why he put them in the ice and shit until later. Like he was a good skater and stuff like that. We didn't know that it was him, so we
That
wouldn't put that
line
together. Oh my god,
It was
it
so funny.
ridiculous.
Like he's like, and he was a damn good skater.
And then
He was
it's like
badass on
cute-
the ice.
cute hockey scene. Like it felt like we were playing hockey at the end. I was like, this is like a Jason Voorhees
He had the
showdown shit.
movement on the ice.
It was so ridiculous. But when we like, they're like, Gwen is like, well, you surely checked the lakes, right? And Mondo's like, well, why would we do that? It's like, there's one right there. It's fucking right there. And they go, well, there, like when Mondo's like, oh yeah, there is that one lake we could check. It's like, no, it's like right there. Like it's right behind the cabin. It's not like you have to go out and hike out to the lake. What? That's not the first place you fucking check. Oh, it's always frozen over. What? No, it cannot always be frozen over. You don't live in Antarctica. It's Colorado. Like it's like I could not believe that they were like, we haven't checked that. And then, so it was just for the skating. We just wanted to see Ethan Hawke on ice skates. Like, it was so crazy to me. Busted a move.
Yeah. I will say, like, in terms of predictability, when, what's his name? Who's the guy Demián Bichir played? Mondo. I felt like it was going to be a red herring that Demián Bichir was going to be the killer. And then I was like, all right, obviously Ethan Hawke is going to be the killer, but I thought the twist was going to be Mondo like actually trained Ethan Hawke to be a killer and that he was actually a killer or something like that. I think that's kind of like what it was missing, but the only other people that you could do that with would be the religious couple, and that's also kind of too on the nose of like, actually the Christians are evil.
I see.
So,
I kind of liked having Mondo be like just a really genuine good guy. Like it fits. Like it kind of bridges the gap between the supernatural element of religion that Gwen experiences versus this like totally not helpful version of Christianity these other two are practicing, right? He's like in this middle ground where he's like really genuine and actually able to help them through guidance, you know, like I thought his character was really nice.
Yeah.
It is nice for like those kids. I mean, I know that Gwen and Finn's dad is like now sober and a good dad again, but like it's nice for Gwen and Finn to have someone that believes them and that trusts them and that listens to what they say. Like I think that was kind of what it was showing. So I'm glad that they didn't go the route where it was like, and he was an accomplice. Like I'm glad that, you know, he like stuck up for them and stuff. I thought the stuff with the dad being sober, like it was fine, but it felt a little tacked on.
Well, I mean, that was such a big part of the first movie is that he was such
right,
an
and now they're just like
asshole.
He's great, and it's like that's good.
I don't know. It's still
but-
not. He's great. Like he's still not the greatest. He's kind of. I don't know. I thought they treated it well. That he's like unreliable, and he's basically treated as a kid by his kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, I mean, from what he put them through. Like for Gwen to like be mad at him and be like, what are you going to beat me again? Like, I get that.
Uh-huh.
Like from a kid perspective, like, it's like, yeah, it's been 3 years and he's doing well, but like there are some grudges that like take a lot of time, especially when you're traumatized by a parent, like in that way. And so for them to like not really take him seriously, but then they take him seriously when he shows up to like save them. I thought that was nice, but like there was a lot of emotion there that I feel like could have been like explored more because there was such an emphasis on how much of an asshole he was in the first movie that like we could have used like some more, I don't know, genuine scenes with them. We get like one scene and it's like,
well, it's revealed that the grabber actually killed their mom and that she didn't commit suicide. And then the kind of the implication,
which I thought was kind of stupid, by the way. I didn't think that they had to do that. I thought it was kind of like, what? I don't know.
I mean, it's a little off, but I mean, it also redeems the mother of like, this isn't a curse to have The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to call it The Shining since it's,
yeah.
you know, it's Joe Hill. It's within the King universe, right?
It's Old Man Withers.
And
Scatman.
it's basically saying like, it's not a curse to have this, but like you're in danger because of it. And I think it adds like an element of like the reason why the dad was an alcoholic because he blames himself for his wife's suicide.
Right.
Like I think it ties a lot of stuff up nicely and has a lot of callbacks, but yeah, I mean there's a lot more depth there that could be explored than was in this movie.
I thought their heart to heart was actually really a good scene, especially Finney's monologue towards the end, monologue, where he kind of just finally admits that he's like terrified of his past and what happened to him and how he can't let it go. And he's just like so angry. And that felt really real. Like that felt like it, to me, it felt like watching a teenager actually finally break down and let the walls down. It was good.
Yeah.
So now at this point, they're all still trying to find the bodies of the boys in the ice. And in a dream, Gwen sees Mondo breaking the ice because he found one of the boys in a barrel down there. So he's trying to get them. And we see the grabber skate up behind him and start breaking the ice. And all I could think of was this. Hold on, I made a meme. Oh, wait, hold on. Mondo, look behind you. He's breaking the ice, Mondo.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he didn't die. Like,
Yeah.
or have to go to the hospital. He was right back out there the next night or the next day.
That was pretty crazy.
helping
He
them
was
get
in
the
that
rest
water
of the
for
kids.
a while too. Like,
Yeah, he wouldn't have recovered that fast. You have to like stay inside for a while, I think.
I don't know. It's not like heat stroke. It doesn't like affect you permanently. It's like you got cold and now you warm up. You know?
you
I
can
mean, you
get
definitely
so
got
cold that
hypothermia.
you can get so cold that you die, and you can get so cold that you lose your legs that are laying in the water as your torso is like on the ice. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I think whatever.
I mean, I'm no scientist.
Can we talk
I don't
about
know
how
what ice does to you.
unhelpful? Can we talk about how unhelpful supernatural kids are? Like, if you have the ability to call someone on a phone, can't you just say like, "Hey, it was the grabber"?
They didn't know where they were and they didn't know who did it. Bryce, that
They
was the
did know
whole
who did it.
thing.
They wrote the initials of Wild Bill Hickok.
They didn't know it was the grabber, though.
Well, couldn't they
That's
not what
write
he was
Wild
called.
Bill instead of
Yeah,
WBH,
stupid.
which
right.
could be anything?
Suki!
Or they could just call him. They're talking to him on the phone. Just say like, "Hey, I was killed by a camp counselor.
Well, they can't.
He's the one that helped us do ice fishing out on the lake. The lake I'm in right now. I'm under the lake."
Okay, but you're forgetting that in this universe, the lore is that when you die, you lose your memories and you only keep like some of them. So
She just broke my light by knocking it off. It completely broke. So I'm going to be a little dark right now.
Okay.
I have another one that I will use next time. Sorry about that.
Do you only use one at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
they,
I mean,
the kids
if they
don't have their
know
memories.
enough to, they know enough to coordinate writing one initial each,
That is actually crazy.
but they don't know enough to just say it's the counselor Wild Bill that we called Wild Bill. Like, you don't even have to know his real name.
no, you're right. If they
We
know
have
the
to go
initials,
on a whole manhunt for it, though. Like, there would be no movie if they, you know. But wouldn't they know the grabber's full name after he was killed in the first movie? Like, wouldn't that be the headline? Like, Bill, whatever.
No. They
Right.
at the campground, they called him Wild Bill because he looked like this like character.
Yeah,
it
but
was
his
just-
name, Bill, if his real name is Bill, wouldn't that have been in the paper?
Well, no,
after
it was
he was
just it was a camp name. I'm not sure like his name was even Bill.
Maybe in the paper they called him William.
Yeah.
So they just didn't connect the
Rambunctious
dots.
William Hickok.
Rambunctious William.
Oh, because they had camp names. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Starlight.
Starlight. Cringe. Cringe.
Cringe.
I'm just telling you, they could have been more helpful. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
like
they could've, for sure.
like, you know, ghosts. I commit that if I ever become a ghost, I'm going to communicate clearly.
If
I
you
bet
die
it's kind
before
of
me,
hard, though.
if you die before me, will you promise to haunt me?
Yes.
I want
That's-
physical proof of the supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll be taking a shower and you can write on the steamy thing like I'm in the ghost realm or something.
In the ghost realm.
All right, DN for Dick Nick, and you'll know it's me.
Ew.
Okay.
What does this mean? Whose initials are these? We have to go to Colorado. Fuck.
Oh no, the Nick. So, I mean, we're basically at the end here. They find the bodies through the power of friendship. Gwen basically becomes a scuba diver in her dreams, which I don't know why they didn't do before. If she can swim underwater in her dreams and hold her breath forever and not get cold,
But also affect the real world
but
physically.
also physically float the bodies up, that's kind of the only way to do it at that point.
Right.
I don't even understand how her as like an apparition can dive into the water and then like do like what? what are the physics of her in the spirit realm? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Because it's dream logic.
Sure, but
You should
I
know.
guess like she said like
Sydney, it's very Lynchian, okay? That's all we have to say, and then it explains everything.
I kind of felt like this scene was really Lynchian.
Yeah, it was
For some
pretty
reason.
Lynchian.
no, it's not.
When the eraser head guy said, "I'm gonna erase her all over the head," and then
I'm gonna erase her all over the head.
yeah, so they find the bodies, which takes away the grabber's power, and then Finney does like a WWE takedown of the grabber
Mm-hmm.
and kills him.
He does. That's funny. He really does.
I
And
kind of
it's
got
crazy
chills. I'm not
because-
gonna lie, this is a little embarrassing. I got chills because he's like smashing his head over and over into the eyes, and then he raises up. He's like, "I'm not scared of you anymore." Bam, 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 bam. Like that was like that went pretty hard. That was a hard
Conquer your
line.
fears.
So it was, and then it ends, and then the Gwen gets a phone call from her mom from heaven, which too little, too late, mom. Seriously,
Mm-hmm.
From heaven, do you think?
she said it's beautiful here.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
right,
it was
right,
heavily
right.
implied it was
Sorry,
heaven.
And there's like music like,
sorry.
"Ah."
Hey, honey, I was just had a break from playing my harp. Just wanted to give you a call. How are you doing?
Hey, honey.
The best
So
part was
basically,
that-
I'm in hell.
The best part was that she was like, "Tell your brother hi," instead of being like, "Put your brother on the phone." Like she's like, "I don't really give a fuck about talking to him,"
Mhm.
but love you, girl. Yeah, that was the end. There's no end. There's no like twist ending where the grabber's like sitting in the forest, like, and they zoom in on him. There's no like
Mhm.
Jason Voorhees ass ending.
No, oh, dude, you know what they should do for the third one? Black Phone 3?
Mhm.
A bunch of teenagers should dig up his dead body and like do a ritual and like resurrect him, and now he's like undead grabber.
Yeah.
Wait, that would actually slap. I would watch the shit out
Wouldn't
of
that
that.
be cool?
He could just put ice skates or rollerblades on and just fucking
Yeah,
go
now he's a
around
rollerblade guy
town.
because it's summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's the
Wait, I would
90s.
watch the fuck out of
It's the early 90s. It's
Oh
just
my
like
God.
neon colors, rollerblades.
Fuck, dude, that would rock. I actually would love that. I would probably give that a 10 out of 10. I haven't even seen it.
I'll send
Isn't that
I'll send
literally
her
the plot of one of the Friday the 13th movies is that they resurrect Jason?
I think so. I don't think I've seen that. one.
I've only seen like 2 Friday the 13th movies, so
Oop, you're gonna get shot. Sorry.
I know. and guess what? This
You
is gonna
have
be really crazy.
you're on a horror movie podcast and you haven't seen every entry of
I've seen
every
ev-
franchise?
Well,
12
guess what?
different
This is really
movies.
going to get me in trouble. I watched the original Friday the 13th for the first time this year.
Wow.
Wait, that's actually crazy.
And I thought it was not that good. I didn't love it.
I love the first one.
It's
you
it's
can
a
see
slasher.
There are
Kevin Bacon's
12
dick neck.
There are 12 installments into
Wow.
Friday the 13th. That's so many.
If
Like
each one is like an hour and a half, that's a lot of hours.
like it's literally like Friday the 13th part, and then part 2, and then part 3, and then the final chapter, and then a new beginning, and then Jason Lives, and then the New Blood, and then Jason Takes Manhattan, and then the final Friday, and then Jason X, and then Freddy versus Jason. Then the last one was 2009, so we're probably due for like a new one.
You know, that would be a fun exercise, is watching all of the final installments of franchises and comparing them, because there's like usually like 4 or 5 final movies in each franchise.
That would be a good
Yeah.
experiment, but then we'd have to watch like 4 Friday the 13th movies. So
Well, there's the final Nightmare, Freddy's Dead, 91, and that was not the last fucking Freddy
Right.
movie. I
All
do
right.
love a new Nightmare though. Okay, sorry.
So, guys, let's get into these voicemails that I sent them to Bryce, so he should have them. And basically, yeah, I just felt like they were really oddly aggressive. So I thought maybe we would just react to them together.
Okay.
All right. Here's Here's our first caller.
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
Wow.
So it was a little
Wow.
short. I mean, that one came right off the heels of the Mungo episode, unfortunately.
Was that were they just mad at Sydney for using the F slur? Was that why?
I don't
Call
know.
me
I
a
mean,
stupid bitch.
they're not-
That's you know.
they're not giving a lot of context is the thing. They're obviously angry about something,
Mhm.
but
That's whatever.
All right. Next call.
yeah, next call. That was a little rapey.
You know, on some, I know what we're doing here, but that was my Tumblr bio for a very long time. That line, which is
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Yes. I mean, actually, no, that was a voicemail that we really got from a real person.
Who do you think they're talking about? Who do you think they're wanting to? I mean, Sydney, you used to get a lot of voicemails trying to get you to date the callers.
Yeah,
so.
but they since I became a boy, they said, "Oh, no, I think that's about you. It's the gay guys that love you."
That's
Yeah.
true. You are the twink.
I know. You know what? I haven't had a lot of gay men chasing after me in the comments lately, which it hurts a little bit. I don't know what changed.
Should we have a twink off between you two
I
on
mean,
a future
come on.
episode? You know,
I'm gonna win.
Max will probably win.
I'm the perfect size.
all right. I think this one's for Max.
Hello, Vicky. Isn't that what your friends call you? Vicky? How did I know that? I guess I must be your friend, too. People always make fun because of the way I look. I thought if you couldn't see my face, then maybe you would want to be my friend.
That reminds me of that guy who sent like 12 voicemails about me.
Yeah,
That
what was
one
his
time.
name?
I don't remember and I don't want to talk about it. But like, that's the voice that he's doing.
It's the same voice. I mean, it
same
might be the
voice.
same caller. I don't know. That one wasn't as angry as the other ones, but I put it in there because it was very odd. It was very. I don't know who Vicky is, but it was a creepy voicemail.
It was Ricky, wasn't it?
No, it was
It's
Vicky.
him.
Hello, Vicky.
It's Ricky.
No, it's Vicky
No, it's
because I
Vicky.
know where it
Have
comes
you
from,
ever
and it's a
seen-
little
Have you
girl.
ever seen that movie? Have you ever seen
No.
that movie?
I thought it was Ricky.
Yes,
Isn't there a
and Bryce.
character
Yes,
named
and
Ricky? All right.
Don't you ever raise your voice at me. I am your mother. Do you understand? All I do is worry and slave and defend you. And all I get back is that fucking face on your face. So full of disdain and resentment and always so annoyed.
My mom called. I'm so sorry that she went to call my cell phone. Fuck.
I
that
mean,
one
she
was
does
for
have a good
Sydney.
point. What is with that fucking face on your face?
I love that line so much.
Brutal.
Well, I blocked my mom's phone number, so she has to call in here. I get it.
Okay. All right. I think we got two more.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Take heed what you do. I might ease your wound.
Growling.
Well, that was. I think that was back when Sydney was in recovery
Yeah.
of the surgery.
They wanted
It
to
was just
ease
someone
your
being
wound.
supportive. Yeah.
Suck the new man titty.
Well, I won't be able to feel it. So
Mhm.
that's really funny.
Okay. Last call.
No, last call.
You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures. Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
So I don't know who opened a box or what they're talking about, but
Talk about my box.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry.
I think that was just one of Sydney's exes, you know?
Turns out these are all for Sydney.
They're all for Sydney.
So
you guys
anyways,
really hate me. I'm sorry, listeners.
Listeners, if you want to leave a not creepy voicemail or a creepy one, I guess it doesn't really matter. Call 682-253-4468 and get your voice heard.
I'm still laughing about Nosferatu. That was funny. I didn't know he was moaning like that.
This actually reminds me of the Pinhead one. Let me see if I can play this.
It's a waste of good suffering.
What's his name? Doug Bradley was on Your Mom's House. Did you watch that episode by any chance?
No.
There's so Doug Bradley, I think he's from Liverpool, but this is a clip from that interview. Let me see if I can get this.
What accent does Pinhead have?
What has that to do with you?
I don't think you're doing like a Liverpool accent, right? Like
Scouse Pinhead. I'll tear your fucking soul apart, lads. I'll tell you now. Your suffering, it'll be fucking legendary, even in hell.
It's a totally different movie. And everybody gets a pint.
You know what I mean? Like.
You know what I mean? Like.
Not like.
Oh, yeah?
Like.
Like.
You know what I mean? Like.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
What, governor?
Oh, for fuck's sake, no tears, please.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's a waste of good suffering. Come on. Save that suffering for later.
So cool, man.
Anyways.
I'm not a huge fan of that podcast, but that was funny.
What don't you like about that podcast? Let's get that on the record.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just every clip that I see, I'm like, all right, well, scroll.
I like that his wife is there. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, husband-wife
it's hit or miss. It used to be a lot. It used to be a lot funner because they used to do a lot more like internet clip stuff.
Well, she has cancer, right? So, does she not?
Spoilers. I'm not to that episode yet.
She got it treated. She got a double mastectomy, and
Damn,
she seems to be okay right now. But you know how cancer goes.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, everybody. Sorry to end it on a bummer note. If you like this episode, please leave it a like or a good rating or a kind comment. Those things go a long way. And if you haven't left us a comment before, leave us a comment. We want to get to know you. Also, go to our Patreon at patreon.com/horrormovietalk and join the fun. We have a great community over there full of very kind people who like horror movies. Thanks again for listening. Bye-bye.
Don't you ever raise your voice at me. I am your mother.
Mother.
Do you understand? Good day, sir. All I do is worry and slave and defend you. And all I get back is that fucking face on your face. You so full of defeat.
Is that the ring? Yes, it is.
I just had to stroll through the scraggly woods.
He had no face.
Horror!
Wow, that didn't sound good.